Did you have any clue when they asked you to film this Dollywood testimonial that this was what was happening?
No. And even when I saw her, I was like, they had told me that I was doing that Dolly had asked me to be a part of a commercial for Dollywood. And I was like, well, yeah, this is like all my Dollywood dreams coming true. And then even when I saw her, obviously I was shocked and so excited, but I thought maybe she was doing the commercial with me. And I was like, well, that's awesome. And then she started talking about the Opry and I was like, no way is that about to happen. And then I just lost.
When she said something like, you've played 80 times.
80 times you've performed?
Yes.
How do you do that? Like 80 times?
Oh my goodness, I'm just trying to follow in your footsteps.
Well, but you should be a member of the Grand Ole Opry. What's wrong with them?
I agree.
At that moment, were you like, oh my God, is she about to say, or were you still in the dark?
It's kind of like those moments in your life where like you hope they're getting to the thing that you think that they might be, but you don't want to let yourself like go there. And so I was like in this limbo. I feel like there was this huge choke on me of like, don't show emotion like you might be getting asked, but just be cool. And then when she said it, I got it.
The Grand Ole Opry. Well, you can't do it sitting down.
Having her, and I also have to say this, I got a random phone call this week and picked it up, and it was Barbara Mandrell, who I've never met her. And she had this long conversation with me about becoming a member and how excited she was for me and just giving me some of her insight. And it's just like these absolute idols. Trisha Yearwood sent me a text and I'm like, thanks, Trisha. It's just so crazy to have these women that I've really looked up to that are country music royalty wrapping their arms around me in this time.
It was so precious. Are you and Dolly now, like, are you guys friends now?
I mean, she has called me her little Dollywood girl, which makes me die, makes me like pee on myself a little. But I would love to be her friend. She certainly made so many of my dreams come true in so many different ways that day.
Did you get Dolly's digits?
Didn't get Dolly's digits, but she did give me some of her perfume, and she wanted me to smell it on her neck, which was so crazy because I was like snotting all over myself. And she's like, honey, you want to smell my neck? Here, smell my perfume. I was like, yeah, okay. I hope I don't get snot on you.
Who was the first person you called or texted?
I FaceTimed my parents as soon as it happened, and they had no idea that it was happening. So it was like a huge screaming moment for my family too.
Oh, must be such an incredible moment for them, because I can't imagine, obviously you had your gig at Dollywood when you were so young. I can't imagine telling my mom like, hey, I want to be homeschooled now so I can perform. Like,
I talk up to my family about this a lot now because I'm like, y'all are insane that you listened to a 16-year-old. I mean, obviously I don't have children, but I have friends who have children, and I'm thinking about what are you at 15, 16 years old? And I'm like, hey, I want to go to school. But they always say to me that I was a good student, and I definitely had always loved music and was singing and always saying that I wanted to be a singer. And so they were just like, we knew that you were serious, but they're crazy.
Are you planning on like getting your parents anything special, like to thank them for letting you essentially do that?
My mom's waiting on me to get her a beach house. And I keep saying, Mom, I need to have a lot more hits and a lot more money for that. But I think that's what she wants. She's like, I don't need you to get me anything until you can get me a beach house. So there you go.
Well, we'll keep playing Next Girl.
Yes, keep playing Next Girl so I can buy her that damn beach house.